Why getting your real estate license is a stupid idea for a wholesaler. Guys, it's Rick, and in today's video, I'm gonna go through basically 6 different points of why wholesalers should not get their real estate license. And please stay to the end because I want you to understand the liability, the reasons for it. But before I do it, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so other people can actually get the truth about wholesaling. So you're probably watching this video going, man, everyone's telling me to get my real estate license. I don't understand this. Let's just talk about it. And am I biased? Absolutely. I'm 100% purebred wholesaler. I do not have a real estate license. And some people say, well, Rick, you're just biased because you don't have one. Well, you know what? Here's the fact. I've gone through 22 years of wholesaling. I have never, ever been attacked by a district attorney or doing something illegal in wholesaling because number one, I do it the right way. And what I want you to understand is there's a lot of information saying you should get your real estate license. So let's clarify this. A real estate license is just a license with whichever state you're operating in. This leads to a lot of questions. Do we have to get licensed in every state if we do it? I'm not a lawyer. I'm not here to give you legal advice. But I have sat down with multiple real estate attorneys and asked this question. And I've got an opinion after 22 years. Number one, as I said, I've gone 22 years. I've never, ever had a problem with a state official. Period. End of story. Most of my problems in wholesaling have always derived from realtors. I'm just saying how it is. It is just the truth. There is a major Hatfield-McCoy going on with realtors and wholesalers. I believe it's because a lot of coaches teach brand new wholesalers to pound realtors. And with the advent of AI and automation, it's only gotten worse. And we are at major discontent at the end of 2024, 2025 going into it. And let me just run through. I just want you to understand. So I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving you legal advice. Number two, if you run a big, large wholesaling firm and you guys are wholesaling hundreds, if not thousands of properties, probably somebody should be licensed on the dispo side because let's face it, they're mostly real estate agents. In fact, most of the people tell you to get a real estate license. I'm going to give you a few facts. Don't believe me, you check it out. Number one, if someone tells you to get your real estate license, ask them point blank, do you have your real estate license? There's a 95% probability, or probably 100, they already have it. Quacks like a duck, it's usually a duck. So I don't have my real estate license. I'm telling you, you really don't need one for wholesaling, but I promise you, anyone who tells you 100% they're going to have one and they're going to try to shove it down your mouth. Number two, they're probably going to offer you a solution to fix your real estate licensing problem, or they're going to offer you some sort of coaching program to make sure you're protected. You see, a lot of people in this business create the drama, telling you real estate's banned and all this stuff, and then they turn around and try to sell you a solution, some sort of organization or some sort of like MLM brokerage, which we'll go over on that. So guys, just ask the questions. Are you a licensed realtor? Are you going to sell me a solution? Or do you have something that is going to fix my problem? And it's just wild. I was told 2003, Rick, you got to get your real estate license. You know what I did? I sat down with real estate lawyers and asked point blank. And so I'm about to go through 6 different points that you need to evaluate if you're seriously looking to get your real estate license. Now, I fully disclose, getting a real estate license doesn't mean you're a realtor, but the problem is they're going to train you and comply to realtors' code of ethics and rules. And keep in mind, the license is governed by realtors and brokers. So basically, in fact, you are conforming to this, but you got to understand what you're signing up because it's much more than about money. So let's get into it. The first thing as a realtor you're going to have to do, which drives me nuts, is number one, you're going to be in disclosure mode. What does this mean? It means you fully got to tell everyone you're a licensed real estate agent, a license in real estate. The problem is everyone's just going to assume you're a realtor right off the bat because why would you get your license if you're not a realtor? Because that's how the business is set up. I didn't make the rules. That's just the truth. So what are you going to have to disclose? You're going to, first of all, you're going to have to tell everybody that you come in contact in real estate that you are licensed. Think about this for a second. Wholesalers deal with a lot of sellers that don't want to deal with real estate agents. So right off the bat, I got to tell you, I'm licensed. Whoa. You know how many people I bought houses that says I will never deal with a realtor? You are automatically going to lose a certain percentage of people because people get frustrated with real estate agents overlisting property values and disappointing them. And there's a certain percentage of wholesale deals that they will never deal with real estate agents. So that's going to take you out right off the bat. Not only that is your advertisements. Anything you print of what you do with business, you have to disclose. What do I mean? Let me go through this. Your business card, your websites, your mailings. All right, come on. Your bandit signs. How are you going to print all this stuff on a bandit sign? You're going to like make it like super tiny? I mean, I can't make this stuff up. All your contract. Guys, the list goes on and on. From a marketing standpoint alone, everything has to be disclosed. You don't have a choice. You are governed. You are mandated. And the last thing you want to do is tell someone you're a licensed realtor when they don't want to deal with anyone that is a pseudo realtor. And then everything you put out there, you have to disclose. Now, if this alone doesn't take you out, oh, did we put on there? We put the websites, all forms, I mean, everything. Guys, if I did this, could I still function? I could, but it's going to create a ton of challenges for me. And sooner or later, you're going to slip up and you're either going to forget to tell someone, you're not going to put on your advertising, and then you're going to get in a problem and you get major confusion on this. Guys, if you have to tell people that you're licensed in everything you do, you're going to lose a certain percentage of people you deal with. You are going to lose your ability to communicate with people because some people just don't want to deal with licensed real estate people or licensed real estate agents, whatever, but you're automatically going to be pushed in that pool because the people that are trying to give you a license are the same ones that govern it, and they're all licensed realtors and brokers. Remember I told you got to tell everyone, you got to make it verbal. Do you know how annoying this is? The minute someone tells me like their license right off the bat, and they like, I just assume you want to list one of my properties. And what I'm telling you, if marketing is the mother of all wholesaling skills, if I have to put these ridiculous disclosures, license numbers on everything, it's going to have a major effect on your ability to marketing. And marketing is the fundamentals of what we are as wholesalers. So we're going to go ahead and limit it. We're going to call it out. And we're basically going to tell everyone we're licensed in real estate. They're going to assume you're a realtor, and it's going to kill almost, not all of it, but a lot of it. It's a pain in the butt. And sooner or later, you're going to forget, or you're not going to tell someone, which is going to lead us to another pool. But I'll go back to that one. So the next one, think about your marketing mediums. How are you going to handle this? What do you mean, Rick? Like the direct mail, the phone calls? Well, me and Zach teach you to get your first deals. We want you to go through government lists. Why? Off-market, direct to seller of people who need to sell the house. Are they easy? No, but they're going to be the best wholesale deals, and you got to do the hard work up front. I don't teach you an MLS course. I don't sell you an MLS course. Why? Because it doesn't work for newbies. Because number one, you don't know what you're doing. Number two, you don't know how to talk to real estate agents. Number three, there's very few motivated sellers on MLS. So if you go with on market, you completely eliminate your best chance of getting motivated sellers. So if I do a marketing meeting, so we get a government list, what do? First thing we do is cold call. Uh-oh, now you have to disclose to every cold call person. And guess what? Now you're licensed. You can't call anyone on the DNC. You can't. It's just, your license will be revoked. You will get a massive fine. So, okay, anyone on the DNC? Guys, listen, I'm telling you, more than half the people in the United States are in the DNC. You're done once you get your license. Cold calling is over for you. I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. It's hard enough to do cold calling as a wholesaler, but if I gotta tell everyone I'm licensed in real estate, they're just gonna hang up once they hear the word license. Want to keep going on? Texting. Uh-oh, now I gotta disclose it. Gonna be painful. You're gonna have to do opt-out, and you can't touch anyone on the DNC. Does this sound familiar? Oh, let's keep going. Door knocking. Uh-oh, I got to disclose to you. It's like saying I'm a licensed FBI agent, and like everyone's like, oh crap, I'm not sure. It really listen, I'm a marketer by nature, but if I have to start everything I do by saying I'm licensed in real estate, do you understand why this is problematic? I'm telling you the truth. Nobody wants to tell you this. Let's keep going. Reverse driving for dollars? Oh no. Guys, you can't do any of this stuff if you're licensed. You can, but your effectiveness is going to be at least cut down by 60%. I've watched wholesalers do this all the time, and they go, Rick, I don't know what's going on in my business. I got my license, and I go, let me see your marketing, let me see your list. And I look on everyone, they have these just opt-outs and all these disclosures. I go, dude, like it's beyond confusing. Nobody wants to touch it. Guys, the disclosure alone will take you out as a wholesaler, because the number one tool we have is to become incredible marketers. And if I have to announce everything to everyone because someone told me to get my license, it's going to have a very negative effect on your marketing. Don't take my word for it. Go out and find people who have done it. And I'm here to tell you, this is the main reason I don't want you to get a real estate license as a wholesaler. You don't need it. Let's go on to, you guys get the picture on this. I want to keep moving because I got a lot to get through here. So I'm going to leave disclosure up here and you understand. The next one, I'm going to call this confusion because that's what it is. Next one, you get filtered when you get your license. What do you mean by that? They've got requirements. The states have requirements. And what's the requirements? Number one, you have to have a minimal amount of education. And don't get me wrong, I want people to be smart. But if you do not have your high school diploma, in a lot of states, you're not worthy of a real estate license. You guys know how we feel about education. Most people admit that the public and the private school systems are so inept, it's ridiculous. The kids aren't learning much anymore. In fact, the United States is going backwards in every category. We're getting worse and worse in education. How it gets worse is beyond me, and I don't understand. So if you don't have a high school diploma, you are not worthy in most states to get the real estate license. I know there's exceptions, but this is ridiculous. The next thing, if you ever committed a felony, basically you have to go in front of an interview board and explain your felony conviction. Now, I'm all about people make mistakes. People need second chances. I understand they're trying to filter out the bad people, but it's up to a board of commissioners if your felony is worthy to get a license. I don't even know how it works. I don't want to know how it works. And guys, plenty of people make mistakes. Plenty of people didn't get their high school diploma that are amazing billionaires. This is selective discrimination, in my opinion. And I love wholesaling because listen, I don't want you to have a felony. I want you to have a high school diploma, but not everybody has it. And I'm not here to judge anybody on it. The Real Estate Commission Board's here to judge you. And for this, it ticks me off. So who wants to go through all this crap? I don't. Guys, think about this. Your current president, Donald Trump, has a felony. He couldn't get a real estate license if he wanted to. Do you understand that? Now, I get it. They're like, it's just easier to filter people out like that. Like, I'm sorry, man. People make mistakes. They should be given second chances. I hate the filtering effect. It's disgusting. Number three, you are going to have a broker boss. Once you get your license, you have to be sponsored with someone. I got to go find a real estate broker that loves wholesaling. None of them love wholesaling. In fact, most of them don't even understand it. And then you're going to have to do commission splits. We're going to talk about your assignments. Does the broker try to get a piece of it? Right now, see, brokers are actively trying to force wholesalers to get real estate license. Why? So they can govern us and they can take some of our fees. Your assignments are subject to broker fees and commissions. If you don't like it, that's part of the deal. You have to submit all paperwork to your broker boss. All closings, everything, they scrutinize. It can be audited at any time. You don't have a choice, even on your own personal deals. What I'm telling you is you now have a new boss. Guess what? If there's the slightest complaint about you, and there will be, because why? Why would a wholesaler get complaints? Because we're in a real estate agent's field, and when a realtor doesn't like what you're doing, they report you. Who do they report you to? It's called the REC, the Real Estate Commission. Who is the Real Estate Commission made up? It's all brokers and realtors and lawyers. So whose side are they on? I had somebody in my group get their license 2 years ago. They go, I'm scared, I don't want any problems. Got his license. He has sat in front of the board 8 times. Thousands of dollars of fines. Why? Because realtors don't like what he's doing because they don't understand it. It's the Hatfield-McCoy thing, and I'm telling you, it's not if, it's when you're going to get complaints. Do you know your own assignments are subject to scrutiny to the real estate board, and whatever they deem fit, you have to accept, or you're going to be punishable by it. So the next thing is you're going to be held to a code of ethics. Who creates the code of ethics? You ready? The realtors do. They have, some of their stuff doesn't even make sense as a wholesaler. Your responsibilities to the homeowner, fiduciary responsibility, although they charge 6 to 9% commissions. What I'm saying is this code of ethics is stacked up against you. Now, if you need someone to tell you how to be a decent human being, no license is going to fix you. In fact, I'm of the old school that we should regulate ourselves. We should answer to a higher power. We should always be helping people out. I get it. There are bad apples. They're in every business. And I believe some filtering's normal, but I'm just telling you, think about all the broker boss issues that you have to deal with. And then you're going to have to keep bouncing around. And by the way, if you list something on MLS and it's wrong, you are liable. And most brokers deem wholesaling risky, so you're going to struggle to find someone that wants your license. One complaint, they like, Rick, you need to go away. So I've watched this time and time again. So let's keep going. Let's go on to number 4 here. Okay, we got a blank page. Awesome. Number 4, what's your liability? Oh, no, Rick, I got the license to reduce my liability. I'm about to tell you, you just overexposed it. Here's the argument on why people should get the real estate license. If you do it, it shows you don't do anything illegal and you comply with all the state license laws. Okay. So they're saying is if you do this, you avoid ever being questioned by state attorney's office. So these are people that go after major offenses and get it done. So in 22 years, I've never had an issue with the state attorney. Why? Because like I follow the laws, I follow the rules. I don't need a license to tell me what to do. Like seriously. So the idea is, okay, then you'll avoid the state attorney and you don't have to worry about any of this. That's awesome, great. But what you replace the state attorney, honestly, the state attorney only goes after you if you break the law. That's it. If I don't break the law, I don't need to talk to the state attorney, right? That's it. That's your but no, you need to do it because would you rather have the state attorney go after you or the real estate commission? Guys, I'm here to tell you right now that the only way the state attorney's coming after you if you commit crimes. We've all seen it. Fraud, forgery, Photoshop, complete manipulation of documents to government agencies like Fannie and Freddie Mac. If you do that, then you're going to have a problem regardless of what you do. But I'm here to tell you, once you get your real estate license, it's not if, it's when. The real estate commission is going to come after you. And you know what? They're going to make final judgment on all your assignment fees, any type of complaints. Guess who's going to hear it? It's these guys. And who are they? They're all licensed real estate professionals. Most likely real estate agents, brokers, and some lawyers. They actively seek to shut down wholesaling at every avenue they possibly humanly can. Don't believe me? Just go out and check it. So which do you fear more? The state attorney. The state attorney goes after you when you break law, as they should be. 22 years, never had a problem. Real estate commission, I've actually had the real estate commission try to contact me. Guess what? Because I don't have a real estate license, I don't have to answer to them. I'm not governed by that, and I don't give a crap what they say. I follow the law. I am not going to be held to a realtor's code of ethics. I'm not going to have them tell them what to do with my assignment fees. And when they get a complaint, they don't know what to do with it. What do I do? How do I do with it? Dude, the only person you're going to complain to me with is my mom. That's it. That's the person that governs me. God rest her soul. So by avoiding the state attorney, you get to sit in this sweet little spot. And by the way, when you decide to do a cold call, when you decide to do a text, when you decide to knock on the door, and you don't have perfect disclaimers, and if that hasn't taken you out of marketing, I'm just telling you guys, do you understand what I'm saying here? Please listen to me carefully. Number 5, let's go into this, cost. Because you decided to do this great tactic, and I'm horrified of the state attorney. Don't break the law and you don't have a problem. But I'm going to get my real estate license because it's going to protect me. No, okay, that's fine. So let's talk about the cost. You got to join a board, some sort of national MLS board. A lot of times that's like $1,700 it is in my area. Then I got to take a test, probably $500. And then I have to join for MLS access. There's another $1,000. And then I got to do ongoing training because they want to teach me how to be a really good realtor. And God, I really need that training bad. That's going to cost another $500 ongoing education. Guys, these costs never stop. They always have dues. And here's my favorite part. The broker is going to require you to get what they call errors and omissions insurance. And basically says anytime you open up your mouth, if there's a complaint, the complaint goes to who? The real estate commission. Real estate commission right off the bat is always going to settle. They're never going to go to court. They're going to tap into your E&O policy and you are going to get smacked. And then once you get a hit, it's like you getting in an accident. Your insurance company is going to charge you more. How much is EO insurance? Anywhere from $700 to $2,500 a year, depending on who you're with and what area. Guys, I'm adding up numbers here. 2, 3, 4, can be anywhere to 4 to 5K. Protect you against that. And this is every year. Now, I know it's not a lot of money if you're doing great business, I get it. But remember, most of the people I talk to are people starting out in wholesaling, trying to get the advantage, and just the marketing alone is going to take you out. But like, are you really ready to cut costs like this? And then the best part is someone's going to tell you is, hey, I have a broker investor friendly, and I want you to join. Hey, it's a $595 setup fee. Once you hear this crap, guys, just understand now you're in the MLM world, and I'm not going to use names because I probably get sued over it, so I'll keep my mouth shut. What they do is they reach out to influencers, brokers, marketers, and they say, listen, everyone you get signed up under my brokerage, you get a $500 fee, and then you get $100 a month. That's why you see all these people, come over to me, I'll help you out, I'll figure it out. And then they just come and go all the time. Guys, if you're going to get your real estate license, please don't get into one of these MLM. I'm not going to call it a scam because there's some MLM that actually works, but MLM has no business in real estate, sorry. It is purely a money grab. I saw it for a year and a half. Everybody ran with it and nobody's doing it anymore because none of the brokers want the liability of a wholesaler. So you've got to understand that. And then the last one I'm going to go over, I said 6. I'd feel foolish if I didn't do 6 with you. If that wasn't enough to confuse the hell out of you, remember, you're doing all this to avoid the less than 1% probability you're going to commit a crime. And honestly, if you're going to do that, there's nothing I can do to protect you. If you're a bad person, you're going to do it. But we got to stop acting like licenses is going to protect everybody from everything. Because I've been doing this 22 years, guys. The advantages of not having a license in wholesaling, in my opinion, especially when you start out, far outweighs the advantages of having a real estate license. And the arguments I've heard, and from very smart people in the business, is the only credible one I've heard is it avoids like the state attorney going after you. State attorney goes after people who break the law. They're not interested in like a little wholesaler that said something wrong. The real estate commission will attack you if you get your license on that. So number 6, the last one, I call it confusion. If you want to get clarity and get the best deal, do not confuse your sellers. What do I mean? Are you the wholesaler, cash buyer, whatever you want to call yourself, or are you the licensed real estate agent? And I know what you're saying, Rick, a real estate license doesn't mean you're an agent. I agree with you. But the truth of the matter, once people see your license, they just assume you're a real estate agent. That's just how it works. I've been in this business 22 years. So the question now becomes is, where does your disclosure lie? Meaning, which hat am I wearing? Now you have created a paradigm shift. And so am I a wholesaler? Am I an agent? Well, I disclosed I was licensed in real estate, so I'm covered. Nah. So if I'm gonna buy a property wholesale and I'm licensed in real estate and I disclosed it, hopefully I had good paperwork, God only knows. I verbally disclosed it, I put it on all my advertising, I covered all 3 phases. What if the seller has a problem with you? Who do they go to? You got it, buddy. They're gonna go to the real estate commission. And guess what? You could have done everything perfect. And they go, he made a $25,000 assignment fee. And honestly, I thought Rick was a licensed agent. I don't understand. Even though they can be 100% wrong, they're going to go to the real estate commission and they're going to have a hearing on you. And who's going to judge you? Oh, it's not the state attorney. State attorney would say, yeah, he hasn't done anything wrong as long as he had valid signatures and he funded the deal. It's fine with it. The real estate commission is going to go, well, you're licensed. You should have known better than that. You're confusing the seller. I don't care what you do. I've watched this exact thing. And here's the problem. Your assignment fees, your flip fees, everything, it is all under the ability of being judged by a panel of lawyers and licensed real estate agents and brokers. And guess which side they rather lean on? These are the same people that don't want you as wholesalers. These are the same people pushing their local real estate commissions to ban language to make wholesaling very difficult. And here's the problem. If I go there and I do everything right and someone gets sour, instead of them working out with you, they're going to bypass you and they're going to go down to the board. And that's going to involve who? Your broker. You're going to piss off your broker. Someone's going to get fined. Your broker's going to kick you out and you have to keep doing this all over and go, man, I didn't know any of this stuff existed getting your real estate license. And that's the argument. Listen, guys, if I thought just getting a real estate license would cure any legal issue for you, I'd be the first one to pick up my real estate license. But I've been doing this business for 22 years. I've never had an issue. And honestly, I've watched so many people with this. Listen, the confusion alone creates a paradigm where the seller could get confused. So how do I eliminate that? I don't have a license. I just buy properties. This is what I do. There's never going to be a confusion if you don't have a license. The problem is you get your real estate license because you're trying to protect from the worst case scenario with the state attorney. And honestly, if you're committing major crimes like forgery, fraud, photoshopping, anything like that, they're coming after you with a license or without. So there are certain states that you have to look into if you need a license. They're very minimal. Go over to freewholesaling.com. I give you this video to educate you. I'm not going to scare you. You make the decision. I'm never going to tell you not to. I'm just going to tell you what your options are. The confusion alone is going to create problems, and the advertising, the full disclosure is severely going to affect your real estate marketing. And most of you are starting out with little to no money. Who's got 4 to 5K to do all this? And then keep in mind, you got to keep the broker happy. And then if you get your license, you're going to eliminate cold calling, anything like that. The last thing on cold calling, the reality is if you're a licensed in real estate, that means you're offering a service. As a wholesaler, we don't have a service. We just buy house. So can I get around the DNC? I'm not selling a service. Why? Because I'm a wholesaler. Once you become a licensed in real estate, you no longer have that ability because you are 100% going to offer a service because you are now a professional. So guys, listen, I'm not a lawyer. check with your local real estate lawyer, make sure you get sound advice, but make sure you're getting a real estate license to solve an existing problem you have. Don't get the license to solve a future problem you don't already have. Listen, if you just want to sell properties all day long and you want to do like disposition specialty, maybe that's an idea where you get your real estate license, but keep in mind, you're not being a wholesaler. Me and Zach teach you how to be a wholesaler. If you want to be a wholesaler, I'm not scared to tell you the truth. Getting your real estate license, I've yet to see a valid argument why you would do it. And if you're doing it just to prevent that 1% chance, honestly, if you commit terrible crimes in real estate, they're coming after you either way. So do you guys want to have a boss overseeing you and be taught like a real estate agent? I don't. The last thing I'm going to close on, people say, well, this is how they show you're serious. No. You know how you show you're serious in wholesaling? Do deals. Stay in the business. Be in the business 22 years. Those are the people that are serious about it. Getting a real estate license it's like getting a college degree. Like what? You all know how I feel on that. Getting your business college degree, you only made your parents happy because the business world doesn't care. You got to go out and do the work. So guys, when it comes to getting a real estate license, I think it's a terrible idea because it's not going to make you a better wholesaler. It's not going to protect you. And actually, you're going to cause more confusion, more cost, and you're going to put yourself at more exposure with the real estate commission. You don't believe me? These are the people that are trying to force you to do something, and they're the ones trying to get rid of wholesaling. And how are they going to do it? If everyone gets a license, they're going to force them to do it the same way. Decide if you want to be a sheep or you want to be a lion. You got to make a choice. Don't let other people tell you to get something just because that's their opinion. Do the facts. Talk to a real estate lawyer. Guys, let me know. Are you getting a real estate license to be a wholesaler? I don't think you need to. But go back, play this video a few times, and tell people to stop telling you what to do. It's your choice. You have to make a decision. We got to stop being followers in this country, and we got to make educated decisions. I've done wholesaling 22 years. I've never had an issue. Don't know why people are making this such a sticking point. I just want you to get this video to get options in your hands. So guys, let me know in the comments what you're going to do. And as usual, if you got value from this video, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so others can find the truth out about wholesaling. This is Rick Ginn. I'll see you in the next video.